Welcome to Beer Time. This is the show about something, nothing, everything in between. I'm Jason. With me as always, George. To my left, we have the astronomer, philosopher, metaphysician / witch doctor, Rick Villa.
Witch doctor.
Say hi, Rick.
What it do? What it be?
To my right over here, we got amateur MMA fighting champion and self-acclaimed ladies' man, Edgar Molina.
What's up, what's up, what's up?
Yes, sir.
How are we doing this week, fellas?
Pretty good, man.
I only had half a beer already.
Yeah.
I only had half a beer.
Oh, wow, that's one beer in. No, we're doing good. We're chilling. I'm chilling. What about you guys?
Having a minor heart attack at the moment, and I just broke your Ed Hardy
Well, that shit happens. But I've noticed
coaster.
it. Well, I noticed when you did it a little earlier, I was like, you didn't learn.
Yeah.
I was like, you didn't learn, but I saw what you did earlier, so.
You only have yourself to blame.
Well, what are you gonna do? I mean, I suppose I just had to buy him a new one.
Well, yeah, these are pretty fashionable we got going on here. Ed Hardy?
Yeah, that's what I said. Ed Hardy coaster here.
I didn't know you were kind of Ed Hardy.
That's what everybody says, but I'm not. They're colorful and they're nice, you know?
Yeah.
Mermaids with boobies. Who doesn't want that?
And when they appear to be rocking or something?
Yeah, I don't know, but
They got the devil horns up, you know?
yeah.
So we're going to have to take a picture of that so you know what we're talking about.
It was either that or like just like roosters, coasters with roosters on
Cocks.
them.
Cops.
Yeah,
You mean like a very Mexican kind of thing?
Yeah, exactly. So I went for that Hardy
Why wouldn't you go for the roosters?
because it reminds me of my mom too much. That's something my mom would have in her kitchen. Like,
Oh, that's a whole...
yeah.
No other animal right there.
Oh my God, no! I hadn't even made that.
Like,
Okay.
what are we talking about
Yeah,
here?
like-
Reminds me of your mother. But were they like real macho?
Los gallos, way.
Were they real macho or no?
Nah, they were just straight up just.
Porque el gallo, it's
Yeah.
like a symbol of they're
Straight.
real macho, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's real alpha.
El macho.
Well,
Yeah,
I
like
never
real-
knew I never knew that about it then, but
About the roosters? Yeah.
I mean it makes sense, but
The real territorial.
yeah, is that why she has a bunch of cocks all over?
Like, she's just about chingo de machos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
We're
Like-
talking about roosters, right?
I don't know. I haven't been in that kitchen in years, Winnie.
Damn.
But you know, it's like my mom has a bunch of angels.
Oh,
in
yeah,
the
okay.
house. It's strange because you'll see a bunch of angels, like paintings and little statues and shit. And like one time I counted them, and there were a shitload of them. And so you'll be like angel there, angel there, and then there would be like a fucking panther. I was just kind of like, what's this fucking panther doing amongst the angels? You know what I mean? Like a little panther statue or a painting of it, and it's kind of like, oh, like it's just the way they decorate. You know, whatever hits them when they're shopping, like,
Yeah,
looks
exactly.
cool, put it in the fucking
It's a
kitchen or something.
panther.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Oh, my mom always had this Japanese thing going on. If you've ever been in my house over there.
Japanese theme.
Yeah, and they have these swords above the TV, and
Oh, really?
yeah, she used to have these.
All medieval and shit?
No, like katana swords, you know,
Oh shit.
like in these weird
So you think
Asian statues. So I mean, I guess that's kind of why I grew up with, you know, like yellow plague, you know.
I wonder if that's have to do like something with like discipline.
Just, well, I don't know.
Yeah. Let's
mean-
not get into the psychology of They might reveal something about ourselves and depress us for years, you know.
Possibly. I was over the trip. I know they weren't like sharp. They were dull swords because when they had the option, remember to buy the sharp ones, and my mom's like, "This idiot's gonna cut himself
Yeah,
his hand off or something." No, that's what I did.
Like playing with ninja swords.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I'll
you
take them
remember
down.
like when you were small though? Like I remember being a kid, like they would have like these plastic ninja swords,
Oh,
like
yeah.
those small ones, and they were white. Dude, and being like a kid, like that shit was the fucking coolest fucking thing. But it was just a fucking piece of plastic,
Yeah.
dude. But like it's strange how, you know, your imagination when you're a kid, like just like I remember looking at it. It looked like beautiful, you know, like if some fucking Hollywood, those fucking prop makers, you know what I mean? Those Hollywood prop makers that make shit look badass. And it was just a fucking plastic sword, and it had like a gold fucking shoelace on it, some shit, and it looked fucking badass, dude. It was like wrapped in a fucking gold shoelace. It was like black and gold and white. It looked fucking bad, man.
I think the difference is this. Okay, I was saying. I think the difference was when you're a kid. You know, you can act however you want. No one's gonna think you're weird. I think when you get to adult, it comes back to self.
True.
No, it comes back to self-control, man. When you're an adult, you might want to do some of these things.
Yeah.
You might want to be like, oh, I'm gonna do so many things, but you know, like you're an adult already. People are gonna be like, this motherfucker's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
you have to have him examined or something. Like,
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Even if you're a kid, you can't just do anything you want. You know, I mean, you can't be a kid and talking about murdering people. You know, it's like people are not gonna be, oh, he's just a kid. You know what I mean?
well, no, remember back in the day, we used to watch cartoons that were violent all the time, man. You used to go out and pretend you were killing people when you played like soldier or whatever, you know, like especially with that ninja sword, you were fucking cutting somebody's fucking head off.
It was more of a just walking around with it. You know, made me feel like a boss. But you know, like speaking of kids who murder, wasn't there that like some shit I had read about, like some fucking little girl who it's like a legend or some shit, or apparently it did happen, and she was like fucking. I think you showed it to me. Something about like a fucking. She was like 11 or some shit like
and
that.
she cut off a little kid's balls or something,
Yeah,
and then
oh.
like carved an M on his chest
Yeah.
for her name. Yeah, that's pretty crazy, man.
And how old was she?
Like 8 or 9. She was young, dude. She was real young.
Yeah, that's a true story, right?
Yeah.
You could Wikipedia that shit. Fucking. Dude, that's just crazy. Like, she fucking killed him and then she, like, carved an M on it. Like bitch, you belong to me now or whatever, you
It
know.
was for
like,
macho.
I don't know, man. That shit's fucking crazy as shit.
Yeah, but there's always a couple whacked out little kids here and there that come along, man. You know, I mean,
Or
it's
whatever,
bound to
like,
happen.
Like Hitler.
Yeah,
Like
Hitler.
I've heard that he was like a little boss in the playground.
I guess.
Like he was like.
And that was a weirdo, man. You always say, you know, like a guy who doesn't drink or smoke or
Yeah.
doesn't eat meat.
Yeah.
Can't trust a man like that, man. Who doesn't drink, smoke, or eat meat. You know,
That's right.
If he doesn't do one of those fucking three, like something's wrong.
Yeah,
You know, I can't back this guy. You know,
probably ate fish, which is practically a vegetable.
bro. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
I probably ate just puro vegetables.
Or
He strikes me as someone who drank a lot of milk.
Yeah, there you go.
drink a lot of milk.
You know what I mean? Like,
Those nutrients.
yeah, like, and then he would get it over his Hitler mustache, you know, like.
Or maybe he'll take it
Like,
out of a
whenever
bottle.
there's like a bunch of goofy pictures he would take, you know, of him with his like Hitler little mustache, but it's like white, you know. And he would get a big kick out of it, you know.
Yeah, he missed Mammy's titty.
Goddamn.
No, really.
Yeah.
I just imagine Hitler as a little kid, like just
With the mustache still.
yeah, but bossing all like the little kids in the playground, like you stand over there, you know, like on the merry-go-round, he has them fucking pushing like motherfuckers, you know. So like, no, push Hitler, like
Yeah.
you know,
He
like,
was a slave driver back then.
yeah. And then of course, you know, the little Jew kids, God only knows how he felt about them then, you know. He must have.
I just assumed like
Shit
he
in
bottled
the
it all
cereal
up,
or
you know, until
something.
he got older and was like, I don't give a fuck anymore, you know.
Yeah. I don't know. He must have been like stealing the Jews' lunches or whatever, you know,
Something, man.
or like making fucking with their grades and shit, like giving them S. You know, like I don't know, fucking Hitler, fascinating son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Complete psycho, but.
Yeah.
I think that's why he is.
Well, that's you know that.
But it's like, why did he not drink or smoke
Well,
or eat meat? That's what bothers me more. Like,
Well, I don't know about saying that he's fascinating because I have a thing about like people who are like into like Charles Manson.
yeah.
You know, like some people would be like, oh, Charles Manson's a fucking genius and this and that.
He was a master manipulator.
But there's nothing cool about him. You know what I mean? I don't like people who are like, oh, he's
I'll give
cool
him
and
that.
shit like
He's able to like
Well, I mean,
convince somebody to think a certain way.
Not really, because he only convinced fucked up. I mean, if you find desperate people, which is the same case with Hitler, you know, people will do crazy shit in desperate times. You know.
Yeah, they were desperate because Germany was in the state of collapse after World War One.
Yeah, but even like Charles Manson, who's, you know, I mean, if I were to be talking to him, I don't think he'd be able to fucking manipulate me into shit. I'd be like, you're just a fucked up motherfucker.
Well, he'd probably just be yelling at you because he's a racist motherfucker too. So.
Yeah, I'd be giving it back to him. You know, it's like.
Haven't you learned anything from the Radiohead story?
No, but I mean, I don't think he's a genius in any way. You know how like some people will be like, oh, he's a genius, this and that.
You knew who guy I would actually want to meet of those two, of that would actually be like Stalin. That guy seems to be a lot more interesting than fucking Hitler or some other guy because he was just a total fucking eccentric egomaniac, you know, and he ruled with an
They
iron
all
fist.
are in a way.
Yeah.
But I mean, Stalin looked like he'd be just hunting and fucking whores all fucking day. You know what I mean? Just fucking whores and hunting.
Yeah, but at least he
Whore
drank,
hunting,
he
you know?
smoked,
Or-
and he ate meat.
Yeah.
I don't know, I mean, Hitler was kind of. He seems like he might have been the kind of guy who got beat up on the playground a lot.
Who?
Hitler.
Maybe, but he'd like bottle it all in,
Yeah.
and then like, oh, when I get fucking.
Oh yeah. Took it
When
all
I
out.
go down to
Took it all out on the Jews.
yeah, it's like fucking Jews. They bought all that shit in, and take it out on them later. No, that's how you gotta come up with a time travel machine.
Yeah, but maybe.
If there was a time travel machine, would you go back and kill Hitler,
No.
or would you befriend him?
Neither of the two. I always told you if I had the time travel, it would be for voyeuristic purposes only.
Okay,
You know, like you could only view. You couldn't.
Yeah.
You couldn't interact.
but in a perverted way.
Yeah.
Maybe.
what we
Yeah,
talking
I mean, there would have
that
to be.
sounded like perverted.
There would have to be some perversion in there. You can't have that ability to see whatever you want and not be seen and not do
Well
something,
then,
something perverted with it. Like you have to visit Marilyn Monroe for that or something. You know.
and then watch her through like from the outside. But you wouldn't want to interact with her.
No, why? Because you'd fucking change the course of history. It's a butterfly effect, man. Like.
Oh fuck it! I mean,
Well, fuck it.
But like, how
Yeah,
fucked
like-
up are you gonna fuck it up? Like, if you go in and interrupt like Marilyn Monroe's certain day, and
Maybe she makes.
you like get in there and you fuck her. Like, I don't think that's gonna really have much effect.
What if you get her pregnant or something, man? Like it'll be like Back to the Future or
Yeah,
like
so
no
the only
Terminator-ish, where like he goes back in
What
time,
happened is that Kennedy wouldn't have banged her, maybe.
and maybe Kennedy doesn't
He
get
still
killed
would've
then.
banged her, yeah.
Maybe
Fuck.
something happens and he goes and doesn't get assassinated, you know, and shit changes, you know, like
Mm-hmm.
'cause he was up in there and you
Well,
know,
his brother was up on there too, no?
yeah, Robert Kennedy,
Yeah.
JFK. Oh, got my Maryland shirt on. Forgot.
Yeah.
Represent.
Yeah, JFK was one of my frat bros. So, well,
Oh yeah.
I mean, I never met the guy, obviously.
You're pretty.
Wow.
You had a little accident in Dallas, I think.
Yeah, a little accident. Like about 25 years before I was born, like 20 years before I was born. You know. But oh well.
But I mean, if you could time travel, I don't think it'd fuck up shit that much.
I mean, even I don't know. I mean,
Not
that,
something
that,
small.
that would
like
probably be more benefit to you because you're in the thicker girls, and by that, at those days, she was a bit what we consider today a thicker girl.
Well,
She would have been today a plus size model.
yeah, well, yeah, she would. She's not like those fucking skinny bitches
Mm-hmm.
walking in.
So that probably would have been more your bag than mine.
Well, yeah. But what I'm getting to is that. I mean, aside from that,
Yeah, like I'm flipping it right here.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is that I don't think by you fucking Marilyn Monroe back then it would really change that many things.
It might, you don't know. I mean, like going back in time. Like, oh yeah, I mean, no, maybe not. But like, yeah,
Well, okay, well,
killing
if
like
you
a
could go
historical
back-
figure in the past, yes, would
Well,
probably.
okay,
change
so
things.
like if you could go back in time, what would you want to see? Like, would you want to go like to the time of the dinosaurs, or would you want to go to the?
No, I would go to like civilization to like Mesopotamia or like Egypt or Greece
It-
back then.
that,
Like,
that to me seems like it'd be. I mean, just go to fucking Iraq right now or whatever. It
They
doesn't change. It hasn't changed
No.
that much, man.
Yeah.
Like there's still.
no, because at that point in time, that was like the center of activity, man. Like now it's just a fucking desert with buildings and people shooting each other up. You know,
Yeah.
like that was the center of activity back then. You know.
So then it wouldn't be any different than whatever the center at.
It would be like going like
right now.
an earlier version of going to Rome, ancient Rome. You know, seeing
Yeah.
the Roman Empire. But I still want to see that because I would just want to see from my own like eyes how shit actually went down. You know, like
You know, I would want to go to the time when like life is just beginning, even like the smallest,
a single cell organism
Yeah.
back then.
and just sit there and watch it. Like
Man, you're gonna be
sperm
fucking-
floating in the well.
I mean, you're gonna have to have like a
sperm floating
fucking
in the river. You know what I mean?
You would have to have.
I just want to see that little fucker swimming
Yeah.
around, and it's just him.
Oh,
You know, like, and then just imagine. There's nothing. I mean, what else would there be on Earth?
Water.
And that's it.
I mean, you would have to have the fast forward control with you because
No, I just
he's
wanna-
gonna
I
be
just
swimming
wanna
like that
watch
way for like a long fucking time by himself
Well-
until shit happens.
Well, no, I just want to see it. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and like, oh, this motherfucker never, this motherfucker never turned into me, you know. So like, I just want to kind of see it, like the very earliest, like as early as life there is, because you know, then you can see. Oh well, it wasn't. You know, he didn't just like Adam and Eve or whatever. He didn't just appear out of nowhere. Like there wasn't a stage of evolution to it, you know. Like
Yeah.
So then I would want to see it. And I mean, if you could time travel, that means that you could jump. You know, like,
It would be funny
from
if
that
there-
point, like, oh,
If you
Right.
did that and you went back in time, you discovered there was like an Adam and Eve, you know, and then when
but
she
they
ate,
were real goofy. Like,
no, like when she ate the apple, like he bitch slapped her, like
Oh,
he just what the hell the fuck's wrong with you, you know? Got kicked out of
fucking
fucking.
Scorpion Woman.
You got fucking kicked out of a fucking paradise because you bitch. Like, you know, like it'd be the first case of domestic violence, man.
Yeah.
in the known fucking world, you know. You're like, what's the? I thought there's no statute of limitations on that shit.
Like his fucking hand
Is
would
it-
be all bruised
Yeah.
from just beating up Eve all fucking.
He's like, bitch, I get him.
You're like, what else I gotta do?
Yeah.
Man? Well, I like to think that in those times the animals talked. You know, like he'd go chill with the lion.
Well, if it is, the lion would be like, yeah, bitch, he gave up a rib for you. Like, I don't know. Wasn't there supposedly a wife before Eve, though?
That's interesting. I've never heard that.
I'd heard that one time. That was a wife, and she did something as well, and she got turned into a demon.
Really?
Yes. But I had only seen
Well, the whole
once
thing
or read
with
about it
Eve
once.
is that she was made from his rib or some shit like
Yes.
that.
I'm gonna grab another brewski. Anybody need another brewski?
Right here.
Yeah. So we fear change. We like change.
Straight up.
So I feel like Art.
Yeah.
I feel like Art when Wayne left them. Wayne, like these guys are just not
No,
giving me
but
anything. Wayne,
you said Wayne.
I was like, I feel like Garth when
I
he
know,
left
dude.
them, Wayne, I was just
he
like,
was real like, no,
we'll be
but
back
but
with
speaking of
Wayne.
Wayne, yeah, what's up with that Wayne Static dude?
Oh,
that
yeah,
died?
dude.
Oh yeah.
But does anybody know why or what happened? Because the article I read, which was the one Marcus posted up, only said well, it didn't say why. Like it just said that drugs could have played part of it, but
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, drugs play a
I
part.
mean, I didn't even know. I mean,
Wait, I mean, as
it
far
wouldn't be a
as-
surprise if he told me he did, right? But I mean, what would he do? Like
I mean, we don't
shoot
know,
up, probably.
But
I'm guessing.
Maybe shooting balls,
No.
man.
He doesn't seem to me. Well, apparently he was already sober, so it wasn't had to do anything with drugs. But he seemed more like a whiskey and coke kind of guy to me.
Oh yeah.
He didn't really seem like he'd be into heroin.
I don't know.
He looked like more like cocaine. You know, he always had like those fucking crazy eyes. But if you ever see any of like his interviews, he always sounds real mellow. Like he
Yeah.
doesn't look like he'd
Real
be a
chilled
crazy,
out.
yeah, like a real crazy motherfucker. But apparently it wasn't drugs. All that is known is that he died in his sleep.
Well, see, because that's a real young age to die, man. 48.
Yeah,
I mean,
He died in his sleep, though.
yeah, that's
Okay.
what apparently they're saying.
that's crazy,
And
man.
apparently he had already, he was already clean and sober since 2009.
Maybe it could have been something as simple as a heart attack, man. There's been people who've died young of natural causes, man.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
if he did do a lot of drugs, that could have also played a part.
even earlier in his life.
Even though he quit, yeah, like fucked up his heart or something.
What if? I don't know.
Say it.
No.
Say it. We got airtime to fill.
I don't want any conspiracy theories that I started. Like, oh, well, that motherfucker said it.
But those are the best kind, man. Remember, was it rumors, true or false, or quite revealing? Stop being a little girl and just say it already.
No, I already forgot what I was going to
No.
say. I'm not even thinking about that anymore.
You
I was thinking
forgot.
of, for some reason, Courtney Love came into my, to my
Courtney
fucking
Love.
mind.
She was pretty hot. Well, she was pretty hot. Now she just looks.
Toe up.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was pretty hot back then.
She's alright. No, that guy in Style, he never banged her, right? The guy from the game?
Nah, they were just real friends or some shit. They were friends real close.
Yeah. That guy.
That was a good book, though, man.
The game.
That was a good book. I've been wanting to reread it, but I haven't gotten to it.
The game. Neil Strauss.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good.
He had actually gotten those, and he was actually in the news recently about something, like, he had posted an article on something.
doesn't-
Oh, he
Or like a
posted an
retort-
article on because I read that article too, and I said, "Oh, Neil Strauss, that's the guy from the game." What did you write about though? I forgot.
It was like a retort to something,
Forgot, man, but I read it.
So we need to have the tablet so we can look it up.
Oh, yeah. Didn't bring it, though.
Because he's a writer in what is it? What magazine is
He
it?
wasn't it Rolling Stone
I
before?
think so.
Yeah.
He was a writer for Rolling Stone. For those of you listening, you should pick up that book, The Game by Neil Strauss.
Very good.
Very good, good read.
Highly recommended.
Might teach you a few things on how to pick up some girls, but it just depends on how you
Well,
interpret
mostly
them.
it's just a good read, really.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
It doesn't really teach you that much shit about girls because there's a lot of shit out there about the PUA. Is it PUA?
Pickup artists.
And it's just kind of like when you get down to it, it's like it all comes down to the same shit. It's like, oh, you just got go over there and fucking talk to them, dude.
Yeah,
It's like
that's all
if
it
you
comes
to
down
really
to.
break it down, it's
Yeah.
like.
It-
There's
well-
all. I mean, there are all these other little tricks. You know what I mean?
But I think tricks aside, everybody says that, you'll hear it from everybody. If you're one of those guys who has a difficult time talking to girls, you hear, go over there and talk to her, man. Go over there and talk to her. And for some reason, like, you'll never assimilate that until you read it in a fucking book that's supposedly like a manual on how to fucking talk to girls.
Yeah,
It's like,
well, that's
this-
what I was supposed
yeah,
to do.
exactly.
yeah, this is what I was supposed to do
Like,
the
they're
whole
not-
time.
You're
Like,
telling me they're not gonna fucking fall from the sky?
yeah, like, I've had this major epiphany, man. Like,
Yeah.
I can't act like a creeper. I have to dress nice, and
Yeah. Well, speaking of hitting on women or trying to at least, that whole feminism video.
oh yeah, the catcalls.
Yeah, have you seen that?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I
That chick
I
that's
don't.
walking in New York or something.
Yeah.
Since when does "How are you doing today" become like such a harassment?
Yeah.
So this is just ridiculous.
Well, I was saying like, why? I mean, the whole thing like, why not put up an average-looking chick? They put a hot-ass fucking chick walking with tight-ass fucking pants. I don't know if you can see her ass in it, but I can imagine that it was probably real.
Well,
nice.
their argument is to me it shouldn't matter what they wear. You shouldn't objectify women, and we had talked
Oh,
about
so
this.
if it would have been Brad Pitt who said, "Oh, how you doing?" She would have just kept walking.
She probably would have just been like, "I'm yours."
Yeah.
Like, but I mean,
Well, they were saying that most of the people that were replying were either Hispanic or
black.
So
so
Yeah.
that was
they were
when
making it like a race thing,
Yeah, so that's when the New York Times had put that thing out there. They're like, maybe we should make a law that prohibits
Yeah.
Hispanic man, like it was sarcasm, but like
Yeah.
black man, Hispanic man from speaking to fucking white feminist women,
Yeah.
And and a lot of the stuff they were saying was just like, hey, how are you doing today? It wasn't like, oh damn that ass, like it wasn't
Yeah.
really over the top. I mean, there was some. I'm pretty sure there was some of that in there. I mean,
Yeah, there was, but I saw a good amount of it. But I mean, I don't know, dude. It's like when a hot chick is like walking down the street, like looking the way she did, like she's just asking, she's begging for it. That's what she's doing.
our switchboard's gonna light up with feminists calling it.
So then what would they say, like, oh, even if she's begging for it,
Well, because
you shouldn't say anything?
Well, the thing is, there should be no that she's begging for it. You know, their point of view here is that no matter how she's dressed, you know, she shouldn't be objectified. And we talked about this last time. For us guys, a lot of times it's just a natural response.
Exactly.
It's like, damn, you want to check that girl out.
Yeah.
You want to fuck.
It's like-
it's because we have all these feelings that we're here.
And we
Because
talked about
have
this before.
these feelings, that's how that we're here, because we have those in us. You know what I mean? You look at a woman that way so that you can bang her, and the fucking human race can continue.
We talked about this last time. I mean, as men, we have our own fucking bag of fucking issues, man.
I
mean,
wouldn't say.
Well, I mean, we're not. I mean,
Well, we don't
I mean,
complain
there's-
about
yeah,
that.
we don't complain about them. I
I
mean,
wouldn't say we have issues.
no,
I
dude,
don't
we
like that
do.
word.
Like,
No.
women aren't the only ones who's objectified for their looks, man. Same thing with guys. I mean, usually chicks aren't these big buff fucking dudes or who are cut with muscles and shit, you know, and
Yeah.
they can get pretty fucking stereotypical and
They want.
mean with their fucking remarks too. You know, it's a two-way street, but they like to pretend it's a one-way street. These feminist women. The latest thing I actually read today that was that, you remember that soccer star for the U.S. women's team, Mia Hamm? You remember that girl?
She's pretty hot now.
Yeah.
Yeah, she plays soccer.
She plays soccer. Well, she was bitching because the Women's World Cup.
Like how sensitive we are.
Yeah. The Women's World.
Bitch.
She's bitching because the Women's World Cup is going to be in Canada. They're going to have artificial turf instead of grass. The Canadian government, and for FIFA, no, sorry, not the Canadian government, but FIFA, is saying it's because of the weather conditions. If there's a late winter, the artificial turf will be easier to maintain than natural grass. She's trying to turn it into some like gender inequality thing, because in Brazil, the men all had natural grass, but I'm like, it's the summer in fucking Brazil where it's moist and grass will grow like nothing.
Mm-hmm.
There's no late winter or snow in fucking Brazil. Like, she's like, we should have the same playing surfaces that men have on. It's like,
So you're
It's-
saying that she's being irrational.
she's being you know.
She wants the weather to change, basically.
She wants them to change.
It's like, somebody change that goddamn
Yeah.
weather right now, or I'm gonna bitch.
Yeah, she wants them to change the surface of the playing field, regardless of how good it is, so that it can be equal to what the men are. She's making it seem like the men are being treated better because they got grass, because they play in a warm tropical climate where grass can grow, versus somewhere in Canada where there might be a late winter that might not be suitable for grass to grow, and if it does grow, it might not be a very good playing surface. An example here would be Soldier Field in Chicago. The grass grows, but it's a shitty fucking playing surface. It's a natural grass surface, but people are always getting injured and falling all over the place because it's a crappy playing surface. They should probably have artificial fucking turf there, you know, and they're just doing that to make the game better, and they're complaining this huge gender inequality fucking thing. I'm like, goodness fucking.
I don't know.
Bitch,
I just think people like to bitch just because it makes them feel something. It makes them feel important or whatever. It makes them.
I don't know. It's just irrational, being irrational demands, I suppose.
Yeah.
Kind of were.
I don't know. I think it's smoke time.
Okay, smoke time.
Pick that fucker up. Come with us, everybody.
To Via's front lawn. What's new with the astronomy world, Via?
What? I don't know. I haven't heard much, but
What's your alert, Jason?
what have I heard? I read an article that there was a UFO photobombed some live feed on Mars,
Really?
and like once this like unidentified flying object, whatever, came like in front of the camera, like they cut the news feed, and they're making it sound like if NASA's trying to hide something. I don't know what to think about that though. I don't follow that too much, you know, like, you know, UFO sightings. I do believe in like alien life out there in the universe, but nothing like that. I don't think they tried to hide anything really.
But did you read the article about the government finally admitting the existence of Area 51?
I have not. But
And it's just like a remote part of Andrews Air Force Base in
filled with
northern
dildos.
Nevada. I mean, well, it's north of Las Vegas. It's southern Nevada, but north of Las Vegas. Supposedly that's it. You know.
so it's really there.
So it's there, but that's where they were testing all these like stealth technology and stuff. So
Yeah.
supposedly that's what people saw. You
That
know?
has nothing to do with aliens, really.
Yeah, it was like because they pointed back to I
So
think
it's
some
not like Independence Day where there's an alien.
Yeah, they pointed back to a military officer who had to testify before Congress, and they asked him about this place, and he said that place doesn't exist. He said, or this place isn't something, you know, like he didn't acknowledge it. He acknowledged it without actually acknowledging it, you know.
Yeah.
So he kind of.
Or, you know, what he said is that that place doesn't have a name. That's actually what he said. That place doesn't have a name. And supposedly it's where they would test all their new...
So it's not really called Area 51 then.
It's called Area 51 because of the designation on the map of where it is.
Oh, okay.
That's just why it's called, the map designation.
I don't know, man.
Who knows? I mean, they say sometimes the best place to hide things is in plain sight.
That is true.
Okay, let's finally give these conspiracy theorists and guys, let's throw them a bone here and, you know.
They walk amongst us. Fucking traffic. We do not apologize for it. Unlike the feminists, we do not control the traffic. Here it is. We live by the code. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Now,
You made a good point on that, Edgar. We just don't complain about our problems.
Oh,
they need to watch Conan the Barbarian. Man.
Conan the Barbarian.
what is best in life?
Yeah.
Yeah, finish that, George.
What is best in life?
It's crush your enemy, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of their women.
Now, I'm gonna get that tattooed.
Like right here on your ribs.
Butt cheek, on the butt cheeks.
On the butt cheeks.
Oh, that's a famous quote, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there has to be life out there, man. You know what I mean?
There
It's
has
just
to be.
Even if it's
It's
single-celled
just
organisms,
whatever
Yeah,
it
exactly.
is. Yeah.
bacteria,
Yeah.
you know.
But what? I mean, let's say they're not single-celled organisms. You know, these guys, these aliens are, you know, intelligent. I mean, what could they possibly want from us? The Kardashians, maybe?
I don't know.
Like, I saw that ass from space, girl.
No, I mean, you're right. If they came down there, like, if we made contact with them, they'd be like, "Get the fuck out of here,
Yeah,
man!"
it's
Like,
like-
we got enough of our own problems. Like, fucking.
Comes down here and he sees that ass. He sees that ass, and he's like, "It's like you alien girl that whoa, how the I fucked it up." Something about a spaceship that ass is out of this world.
Oh,
It's like, some fucking line like that.
Yeah.
How was it? You don't
I
remember?
don't remember.
Damn, girl, he said ass is out of this world.
I don't know. That nah, he'd be like mercy. Like,
So the Lord has to mercy you. You see our women up there, like, they're all flat ass. And shit, you know, it's like,
what if it was like Howard the Duck, and it was another species that was the dominant species on the planet? You
Planet
know?
of the Apes.
Not Planet of the Apes, but they're very similar to us. So I'd say like Howard the Duck. You know, like what if it was like ducks, you know, or was something else, you know, like the platypus.
Doesn't Howard the Duck fuck that chick in the movie? And he has that
He's
little...
about to. In the comic, he does. In the very last one, he finally taps that
Oh,
shit.
that's right. Yeah, he does bang her in the
He
comic.
fucking taps that ass.
He gives
Beverly. That's the chick's name, Beverly.
Yeah.
He gives her the spiral cock.
Yeah. Give it a D.
Don't they ducks have like spiraled cocks or
I don't
something
know,
like
man. I've
that?
never paid much attention to the genitalia of animals.
Oh, then you didn't take what was that fucking class that we took in you weren't there, right?
Oh, it was German Scheisse porn 101.
It was a class on farming and shit that we took in high school. I think Marcus was in it.
Oh yeah, I think
It was
you
me,
guys
Marcus,
were in
and they'd be like, "Oh, this is how a fucking pig fucks." And
That's crazy,
They show
man.
us like videos of how like they get the semen out.
Why
of
did you
fucking-
guys take that class? Just for the hell
It
of
was
it?
just, it was what do you call them?
Elective?
Yeah, it was an elective. And plus the teacher was hot as shit.
Hot for teacher.
Yeah,
And she would drive you out to the farm
yeah
and
she would
shit?
drive us out to the farm and shit. And like people would go and the girls would be like, it smells like shit. And the dudes be stepping on pig shit, like,
Yeah.
whoa. Fucking Reggie, remember Reggie?
I heard that story.
Yeah,
That,
dude.
that he stepped on shit or something.
Yeah, dude, like, as soon as he got off, you
Yeah.
know, poor Reggie, they, like, just can't catch a break, man. It's like, you can't catch a break, dude. Like, everybody's making fun of him, and the first thing he does is, like, he steps on shit. Pobrecito.
So I take it this was a regular. He was already an unpopular guy, you know.
Yeah.
He just made things worse. He was one of those kids, you know.
It's like, I don't know, man. It's like, you know how you can have, like, those days where, like, nothing goes your way, you know what I mean? It's so strange, man. Like,
Those are
there's
days
some
you
days
just
where it's just like, oh,
just stay home, you know.
on those days.
Yeah, don't do shit, man. Stay home, don't do shit all fucking day. Because if you do it and do stuff, it's just gonna go wrong, you know.
Well, the thing is that if you can know ahead of time,
Yeah.
you
I
know,
don't
it's
think
like,
it would ever.
Well, I mean, if your day starts out kind of like fucked up like that, like before you even leave the house, and let's say shit's already starting to go wrong, it's like, you know what, I'm just not going to work today. Fuck it.
But what would be the sign for it? Like, you wake up with morning wood, and it's like, ah, shit, I can't do
Or
shit
no,
today.
you don't wake up with morning wood.
Alright.
That would be the sign right there. Like, oh fuck,
like
there's
there's something terribly
yeah,
wrong.
There's something
I
fucking
better
wrong.
stay.
Yeah,
Like, that's a cause for concern right there.
dude, I would have
Call up the doctor.
Yeah,
like,
dude, like
what's
that.
going on, man? Like, no,
I
didn't wake up with no fucking wood,
I
man.
didn't wake
because-
up with wood today.
I mean, usually it's stiff, you know,
Yeah.
like
I
a
know, I
fucking
mean,
log. Like,
Yeah, and
It's
I-
rock hard.
So-
So by 6 o'clock, it's rock hard.
So what would you do? He tells you like, oh, like, come to the office. Would you be like, nah, man, you come to me, like,
Yeah.
like I ain't leaving the house. like this is already bad enough. I don't want shit to get worse.
But I'm fucking, you know, red tube or whatever, you know, fucking
Yeah.
just to see if I can get that shit working again, you know.
that would be a disaster, man.
I would.
I don't know what would happen to me in that case, man. Like, if my shit stopped working, I'd be like, what the fuck do I do now, you know, like.
Learn to play the piano, I guess.
Like, how do you move on from that, you know?
I think there's like a pump or some shit. Not like a pump, but you inject something into your
Fuck that.
God damn.
in there, and it gets it hard, and it's like, fuck. Now I gotta inject this motherfucker. So it's like right about when you're about to get down to business, you know, it's like,
Bust out the syringe.
yeah, like put all that shit in there.
Yeah.
All that juice.
God damn, I hope that doesn't happen to any of us. That shit sounds fucking painful, man.
It'd be fucking depressing,
You're
man.
gonna fucking put a shot on your cock.
I don't know.
But what if that shot gave you all sorts of powers, you know, like, so.
Be like, who got that good D?
Yeah.
I got that good D. Who got that good D?
No, but if it was like a,
Like,
like
you
that
become all
shot.
really aggressive.
No, but like if it was like limitless, where he drinks the pill, you know, and he could have all, you know, he has all these powers and he can
He
think
has
clearly
the
and shit.
full capacity of his
But
brain
if it wasn't so easy as taking a pill, like you had to put a shot
on your cock. Damn.
You know what I mean?
Dang.
Would you still do it?
So I tried at least once, you know. I'm down. You know, I don't know.
I mean, it's making you superhuman, man.
I guess, you know.
But I mean, there's a little bit of pain for the pleasure.
Yeah.
You know?
Unless you're one of those, like, masochist kind of people, you know, like, where you're into that shit, you know, like, you know, I'm not saying I'm not, you know, but I mean,
No.
I get spanking every now and then. Isn't such a bad thing, you know?
Yeah. Submissive.
It's a little submissive. I mean, I'm not like a hardcore freak, you know, but I do like to experiment here and there, dabble, you know.
Yeah. You got one of those electric cigarettes or what?
Yeah. They're alright though.
What flavor is it or what?
It's a menthol.
Mm.
Do you even still use your e-cigarette, Edgar?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
one of the beers?
I use it from time to time. Lately, I've been going just regular cigarettes. I've been going like 3 packs a day.
God.
Nah, that's not true.
That's not true, but I've been smoking quite a bit.
I've been smoking a lot more too.
Yeah.
I think the only time I smoke is when you guys come around.
So you're
So it's usually when we do these podcasts and we fucking smoke this place up, man. Like,
Yeah.
I come through fucking, we're making
I'll
camel.
be at work, dude. Like Like I'm there working, I'm like, oh, I gotta get the fuck out of here and smoke a cigarette. You know what I mean?
I smoke at least 3 on my way to work.
On your way to work.
On my way to work.
I smoke 2 on the way to work.
And it's only like a 5-minute drive to,
No.
to fucking do your job, man.
So then he smokes all 3 at the same time.
Yeah, come on, Jason. Be enlightened.
One in each nostril,
Yeah.
one in the mouth,
And
one in each nostril, and one in each ear. Just like,
Yeah.
like,
Get my nicotine fix.
And then, I get to work and I sit outside my car. I usually get to work like 20 minutes before time. And I sit in my car smoking, looking back at the building, dreading going in.
yeah, I do the same thing.
And then, I go in there. I mean, I work with a bunch of hot chicks, but...
I go in there, and as soon as I start working, I'm like, where did I go wrong?
Shit.
Where did I go wrong? You know what I mean? Still young, but fuck, man. It seems like it's getting harder and harder to make your fortune. You know?
It's not that, man. It's just, we've talked about this before, how we're cerebrals. With as much intelligence and education as we have, we kind of live inside our heads, and instead of going out and doing things,
Yeah.
like, we know what to do,
Mm-hmm.
but instead of doing it, we just like to rather imagine it,
Yeah.
Because when you imagine it, nothing will ever go wrong,
Yeah, and even if it's something that you could think of went wrong, you've already had the solution for it.
Exactly. And we all know in real life it's not that simple, shit goes wrong, and sometimes you got your back up against the wall, and you gotta do some crazy shit to get fucking out of it.
I wonder how the people out there in internet land are doing.
Probably just trolling like normal.
Complaining.
Shit, Charles. You have to hear that song though, dude. It's finished. Well, at least the setup of it.
Okay. Did you put the verse? That was verse chorus. Oh, was it the intro verse chorus verse chorus?
Yeah. And I fixed it. You know how it was like it wasn't timed right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, did you record that part again?
Yeah.
So what did you do?
I just recorded it to how it was supposed to be recorded because at first it was set off to like every 4 bars it would, or every 4 bars it would change, but it was supposed to be less, like 2 or something.
It was supposed to be 4. It was 5.
That's
Well,
right, actually.
Yeah, it was 5 snares.
It was.
And it's supposed to be in 4 snares.
Yeah, I went ahead and fixed that, so it's all set up. I had to redo that part, erase the old one, and just copied it.
Yeah. Get in there and record right now. We'll see what we can do with it. I don't know what to do after that point because like the only thing I could think of is like I was like thinking about doing something else and then an outro.
That's what I was thinking too, but I was thinking for the outro, I'm gonna wait till we're done with everything. And I have a little thought on how I could do the outro, but it's just gonna be like kind of like I'm gonna be messing with like the sounds of everything and just like blend them in together and like make them somehow just sound awesome. I don't know if you want to add more guitar to that or what, something different.
We'll see.
Sounds like you're doing some equalizing voodoo.
Yeah, exactly.
How long have you been into the voodoo? Days.
Like how long? So how long have you?
Minutes.
As we said earlier in the show, I mean, you're a witch doctor, so I mean.
Is that your bag?
I like that. Witch doctor.
Is that your bag?
That's my bag right there.
The witch doctor.
The witch doctor sounds good.
Yeah.
It just seemed fitting for your particular tastes.
As a witch doctor, what is it that you do?
I don't know. That's what I do.
I
just
read.
Brujerías.
What are they called? Those people from the tribes that practice medicine?
Shamans?
There you go.
Yeah, the shaman.
The shaman.
Well, I don't know if they practice medicine. I think they just,
Well, their
they were
style
just
of
really
medicine.
high.
Yeah, well,
They're like, oh,
that's why.
this guy right here is on another fucking world, man.
That's why they go
he
to
must
him.
know something.
Yeah, that's why they go to him. Like, oh, heal me, doctor. Heal me,
You
doctor.
feel that way, you do.
Yeah.
He was just really high.
Because like he's out of this world, man. He's not even fucking on the same level as them.
You've got the knowledge of fucking centuries, man. Like,
But really, he's just high.
Yeah, he's just high.
Street
Yeah.
high. He's like, oh.
That peyote.
Yeah. I have visions. I bet you do, motherfucker. What happened in Vision Land today, you know?
Yeah, they get all fucking high and shit and see shit, and I guess they see it as like a warning and all that
That's
shit.
crazy.
You know, but do they actually see shit, or once they get off the trip, do they think they saw shit and they just make something up?
I think it's what you're saying. Like,
I think it depends on what drug they're on, first of all, because like I've never been
They'd
on
be on
drugs.
that
They've
peyote
like
and all
okay,
that
I've
shit,
never
no?
tried that, but I've tried shrooms, man. And if you've ever tried shrooms, like you're not like you think, like if you already think how like not normally, like just you're a deep thinker. Like it's just gonna go to like the next level, dude. Like I don't know, I can't explain it, but when I was on shrooms, like I was fucking tripping out on shit that like most people don't really ever bother thinking about, which is like
But
just
did you have hallucinations?
no, I never saw shit like oh my god, I'm
Like a
seeing
little
this.
leprechaun?
No, I never saw anything like
Yeah,
that. But
Mickey
just
Mouse didn't
your
fucking-
thoughts are just deep, man. Like real, like philosophical, like thoughts and like deep shit, like with meaning. And that's what tripped me out about shrooms is like. I understand how like sometimes you say like okay you could achieve that without drugs, you know.
I don't think you could.
I mean
I don't think you could ever like get like
Yeah.
that with like exactly like
yeah,
that.
no, I
There's
wouldn't
like
either. I know, I
you
don't.
get to a form of just pure enlightenment
Mhm.
where it's just
But
I mean
I
like
don't
those wasn't those fucking monks that would set themselves on fire and shit?
yeah,
Like,
man.
just
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
sit there.
Just yeah.
You're
that's
talking
fucking-
about
The
you know,
Vietnamese monks and shit like that.
you can protest the shit.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, I never really got too into drugs, man, because I hated it. I was that person who always tried to fight it.
Yeah, I'm
I could feel. I always felt like I could feel
They
it.
were
making-
control freaks.
Like
Yeah.
No,
I could feel
I-
it, like
you know-
dumbing me down. So
Yeah.
like I would get to the point where I would have to overthink basic things that should be on autopilot. You know, your basic motor functions. Like if I was walking, I had to be like, okay, put one foot in front of the
No,
other,
see, that's
and don't.
exactly how I always thought that people who said that I'm a real control freak would think about it. Like no, like when you're on these things, like
But you're not a control freak.
I'm not, but like that's the thing. Like when
You're
I'm
a
on
freak.
when I'm on when I'm on
There's a difference.
when I'm on shrooms or any drug, you know, like shrooms, ecstasy, like you're in. Well, at least I'm in
You're in-
control.
you're in
Like I'm
total
in control.
ecstasy.
You're in La La Land.
Like you just said right now. Like I know I know how to like act normal. I know how to like I know what I'm doing. I know how to walk. I remember all these things, and it doesn't take control of me. Like I'm in control, but it's just an awesome feeling. That's the thing, dude.
Yeah,
don't know.
I can't have that. You know.
Yeah, see, I was. That's why, like, I always.
But you're still in control.
But I always want to fight it, like
myself.
And I end up going in and out, like roller coastering, pretty much. Like I would be like all fucking high and shit, and all of a sudden I would snap out of it. Like okay, I'm fine, and all of a sudden I'd be like floating away. I feel myself like floating back in that little fucking, you know.
Like to me, when you
Feeling.
guys say I want to be in control and I don't want to try things because I want to be in control, it makes me think that you wouldn't be able to control it. That's the way I see it because it's like
And you can't control it.
well, yeah, I think.
Do you think you can control
No,
it?
I know I
because
can
I've
control
seen
it,
you, and you don't sometimes always look like you're in control. I mean, when you're really stoned, you know what I mean?
Okay, is it like maybe you're having the manifestation, like in your mind, you're
Yeah,
in
he's
control,
like, I'm
you
in
know?
control. But,
But
it's
you're like all tirado on the
Yeah.
floor, you know? They were like, hey, yeah, what the fuck up, wait, what the fuck about
like
the
you
floor?
just be standing there.
Well,
like,
I think
I'm a total
with
boss
that,
right now.
I
Like,
think
I can
I
handle
think
this.
with that is like with weed. Like weed makes me. I think that's the only thing. I know what you mean. Like weed just makes me quiet as fuck, and that's true because I know when I get high and I'm standing here with you
But you're
guys.
talking about the other stuff.
Yeah, I'm talking about the other stuff. But with weed, like when I'm high as fuck and I'm here with you guys, I'm just like
Yeah.
that. Like I'm just fucking. Cause like in my head, there's like all these like I'm just
Cartoons?
fucking. Not even cartoons, just thoughts. Just thoughts that I get really like into.
Psychotic thoughts.
Yeah,
I
like-
remember.
But you see, like those kind of like thoughts that I get into. Like I don't even need weed like for that. It's like I wake up with my mind racing. You know what I mean? And it's like it starts racing, dude, hardcore as soon as I wake up. Which we talked about in our last podcast, how when I woke up
Yes.
and you know, my mind is racing, and you had
Murderous thoughts.
murderous thoughts about killing people, you know, right away. You know, it's like
That was because of that movie I'd seen. Like the power suggested. You know, I was asleep and it was still like playing, so I could subconsciously hear things.
mhm.
So when I woke up, I was like, you know, like what the fuck?
So why not just put an audio tape while you're sleeping, telling you how much of a boss you are, and you would wake up thinking you're a boss. I mean, can you reprogram yourself, you know, to think a certain way?
It's an interesting sociological experiment. We'll save that one for the next podcast.
That's another one though. Is like dreams and like lucid dreams and all that, dude. That's a good topic.
See,
right there.
like lucid dreams. That's when you fucking dream about something like so that you desire so much that you actually achieve it.
Well, it's just more like, this is what, like, to me a lucid dream is that like you're dreaming and you have no idea of it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but once it becomes a lucid dream,
Kinda like life.
is when you realize that you're dreaming. Like, in your own dream, you're thinking to yourself, I'm asleep and this is a dream.
So
That's
Inception.
a lucid dream, to me. I mean, and I think that's really what a lucid dream is that when you realize that you're dreaming and you're able to take control of it. Imagine you being asleep
We'll do a little bit
in a
more,
dream
and then we'll stop for a while.
and then saying, I'm dreaming right now, this isn't real, I'm asleep, I'm in my bed asleep, and I'm dreaming.
So you can essentially change.
Yeah, exactly. Because once
What's happening in your dream.
because once you do that, you could tell yourself, okay, I'm in a dream, I'm going to take control of this situation, and I'm going to do what I want to do.
So pretty much it's kind
At
of
least
like
you think you do.
At least you think. See, that's another thing. That's a good thing that he said right there, because I've also thought about this. I've thought, what if lucid dreams are just dreams that make you think you're in control, but that's part of the dream? I've also
Exactly.
thought that too.
like
So it's like, I don't know. That's the thing I don't know.
I mean, the way it sounds to me is kind of like in the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. You know, you're having a nightmare. This fucking psycho who likes to cut his fingers off and look at you.
And gets a kick out of
Gets
it.
a kick out of it. You know, he's running after you,
Yeah.
just waving his arms like a psycho. I mean, you know, he's in control. So in a lucid dream, so like pretty much in Nightmare on Elm Street, it becomes a lucid dream when they take control and they're able to
Fight
you know
back.
fight back.
Wait
Yeah.
until he takes control back. When it's just that guy, I don't believe in fairy tales. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he never has full control. Or he does.
I think he does. I mean,
You're talking
that's
about Freddy here.
Yeah, that's his.
Is
that's
that
his,
what that
that's his-
movie's about?
that's
Is it
his
about
world.
like lucid? Because I know it's about dreams,
Well, he
but
only
I
comes up
never
in
really,
the
I never
dreams.
really like paid too much attention to the movie. I know it's about dreams, but is that how the movie is? That the dreamer takes control of it, and that's when he starts. They
Starts
weaken
losing his
him.
power. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty.
So then
pretty
that
interesting.
that would be your
Yeah,
idea of a
yeah.
lucid dream.
Yeah. Once you start taking control.
From what I remember about dreams, like things can be going one way, like a random thought or something. We'll send it like a whole fucking other course.
Yeah.
Like it'll be going smoothly. All of a sudden, one little thing will happen, and all of a sudden it'll follow that path.
Have you ever had a lucid dream?
I think so. You know, I can't remember any off the top of my head. You know, but I mean,
Well, like lucid dream would be like you're having a dream, and then you say to yourself, you realize it's a dream
Yeah. You know.
in the dream, and you're like, oh, this is a dream.
Yeah.
I can fly, or you can have some sort of control over it now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So usually, like you're fucking dreaming about that chick, which most times you'd be like banging her, right?
Mm.
And you're like, holy shit, this feels real. And you wake up and you say to
Disappointed.
yourself, of course it was a fucking dream.
of course.
How cruel. How cruel you are, you son of a bitch. You know, you read fucking Chiquita and you're like, and it feels like the real deal. And then you wake up,
Yeah.
and it's time to go to work.
It's time to go to work.
I've had a lot of lucid dreams, dude. A lot. Like.
I've had some messed up dreams. I remember once when I was little, you know, I had my surgery, and it might have been the drugs they were giving me. You know, I was in the hospital bed, and I woke up, and I was at Grandma's house in Far.
Oh,
You know,
okay, yeah.
the old house in the back room. I'm like, okay, what the fuck am I doing here at Grandma's? You know, I'm still living in Illinois at the time. You know, I'm like, oh shit. So I try to get out of bed, and I wake up again. I'm like, holy shit. And I'm in my room back in Illinois, sleeping in my bed. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? I'm like, all right, let me get up and get out of bed. And I snap out of it again, and I'm actually in my hospital bed, and I can hear the little machine beeping because I rolled over on one of my arms. That's where the IV was. and I had to like straighten myself out, and it stopped beeping. You know, I was like, that was some fucking crazy
That's what
shit.
woke you up?
Yeah, it was some fucking hardcore shit, man. I was like, what the? Like I was dreaming that I was dreaming that I was dreaming.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
And I woke up from that dream like 2-3 different times.
Yeah,
I woke
I've
up
had
from the
those.
dream, still in the dream, but that dream was a dream of my dream. And I woke up again, still dreaming. I was like, what the hell, you know? Like, I was like, holy shit, man. That was some powerful
Oh
fucking...
man, dreams are fucking crazy. as
Dreams
shit.
are like.
But it's
they're
not like
so
I don't
crazy.
see any symbols there or anything. You know, I don't see like that they
Yeah.
mean anything. It
Yeah,
just
I don't either. I don't think, everybody thinks, dreams have meanings. I don't. I mean, to me, dreams are fucked up. Like, it's so weird to me how, like, you go to sleep and then you wake up in this three-dimensional projection of, like, all your senses are there. But it's not reality. That's what trips me out, dude, is like, you wake up and there's this three-dimensional space and time.
You know, it's funny you say that because when I
And-
have dreams, it doesn't really ever look like
No?
like life.
To
No.
me, it looks
always looks
real.
like like a picture. It's never so much where
Yeah.
I'm never like walking
Dude,
in a dream.
oh, yeah.
I'm never like walking and moving my head and
Yeah.
like being able to see
No,
everything
they're more like
360.
stills.
You know,
Yeah.
they're more like stills. Like
Mine are like that, and what's so weird is that
And then-
I know I've had dreams where like I'm walking and I feel the heat from the sun on me, and it's like once I wake up, I'm like, what the fuck? Like to feel all that, like to
That-
feel that
That's
realness.
the peyote, though.
Maybe it's just the realness of it. It's so fucking weird, man.
Yeah, but do you? That could just be, because I've thought about this, because it could just, when you wake up, it's when you thought you felt that, or do you actually
No,
feel it in the actual dream?
No. Yeah, I'm not one of those that like, oh, did I feel that? No, like I know what I.
But how could
what
you
I
ever know?
dreamt. Okay, well, I don't know the answer to that, but like it's like you're saying, like once I wake up, I have this like I have
Because
this
once you
dream.
wake up, it's when you realized that it was a dream, right?
Okay.
And you thought
Well,
yourself
then I guess I'll never know the truth to that. I wouldn't know.
but
the
you
answer
thought
to
yourself
that.
to yourself like I felt
Yeah,
the heat.
yeah.
Now, did you really feel the heat, or you as soon as you woke
Well,
up?
now you're just taking it to a whole nother level, dude. That's just like you're like going. I mean,
because I
all
question,
I know.
like I don't wake up and I had a dream and I was like, this is what I thought and what I felt. I have to say to myself, is that really what I thought and what I felt?
Yeah.
Or is it just now that I've woken up, that's what I think I thought and I felt? Can you ever truly be?
When you ask
truly
questions
know.
like that, I understand them. They make perfect sense, but that's just like too much.
But you
to
never ask
ask.
yourself.
I never have. No, I mean I'm not gonna lie.
Well, that's like, as soon as like I'll have like a.
But I mean,
what
why?
you would consider a lucid dream.
Yeah.
I would have that dream. I would have what we consider a lucid dream, and I would wake up and I go, did that happen? Because now I'm aware. I'm awake.
Yeah.
I'm like, did that happen, or do I just think it happened? You can convince yourself that it was all happening in a dream, but it could just be in that moment that you woke up. It's like I was feeling this, but were you really feeling this? Or now that you're awake, your mind is saying, "Oh, it was just a dream," or this is what you. We'll say it was a dream. Your mind says something like that.
But you have this conscious thought that it happened, and to me that's enough to tell me it happened. I mean, like if I felt a certain way, and then I wake up telling myself I felt this,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. Well, at least myself, I'm not gonna question it because like, one, I'm telling myself I felt it, and two, I know I felt it because when I was asleep, I felt it.
But you only know that you felt it once you've woken up.
Yeah. But not only that, I know I felt it while I was asleep because you only dream
But-
when you're asleep.
Yeah, but you only know you dreamt when you woke up.
Yeah.
So
But
it's
you
like,
know what you dreamt once you woke up.
That's what I'm saying. It's only when you wake up that you think you felt something.
So then dreaming and waking up are two totally different experiences?
Yeah. It's only when you wake up that you think you felt something. Because that's the only way you could ever think that you felt something. Right?
Yeah. I
No.
know what you mean.
How could you ever really know that you felt something in a dream? Because you're dreaming. You can only know that you felt something in a dream once you've waken up. So at that point, marijuana.
You're questioning it too much, man. But it makes sense. I know what you're saying. I know what you're trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I'm not gonna tell you this or that because you have your own beliefs. But
Well,
you know, I don't know. That's how I see it, man. I mean, I don't overanalyze things too much when it comes to that. And maybe I should, you know, because maybe you're right. Maybe I should, but I
or
don't.
maybe I shouldn't overanalyze anything.
Or maybe that too.
Yeah, maybe.
But I feel like I have to,
Well, that's
Because
good.
you're a
I mean,
control
that's
freak.
good.
because I'm a
No.
control freak.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you should. Yeah, I mean, you do what you gotta do.
Yeah, it goes back to that, man. Like, I still remember the last time I smoked weed, man. I went to my fucking room and just like chipped out in the dark by myself. Like,
In the dark.
like
And you're like, never again.
yeah, no, we were there, and at our cousin Andy's house, and one of our friends came over, and she was like, she wanted to smoke. And my cousin didn't want to smoke, and our other cousin Chuito didn't want to smoke, and I'm like, shit, you can kind of tell she was feeling a little bit uncomfortable, you know? Like, I was like, fuck it, let me just hit that fucking blunt that way somebody's smoking with her, you
And I
know?
would have been like, nah, bitch.
I'm like, I only took like a couple fucking, remember, I'm not a smoker, so when I do fucking smoke, it fucking tears my ass up, man. Like, it fucking
Yeah.
fucks me up.
Yeah.
So I was like, I was there just chilling with him. I'm like, no, I'll be right back. I fucking never came back. I was in the fucking room with my arms crossed, sitting on the
Just
fucking
sitting
bed,
there.
just tripping the fuck out in the dark by myself, man. Like, seeing all kinds of crazy shit. Like, I was like,
That's my brewery?
again, but it was because I needed it to pass, you know,
Yeah.
the high. I was like, this needs to pass. I'm like, and yeah, like, never again, man. Like, I hate that shit. I hate doing that shit.
And when was that? How long ago was that?
That was a couple years ago, at least, man. It was more than 5 or 6 years ago, because it was before I started college. So,
Yeah.
Pause it right now.
you know, so what else? Fuck it. I was acting. When I think about it now, I mean, she's what 27 now, and she was what 19. That was 8 years ago.
Well, today's gonna be your second attempt.
Woo!
'Cause I don't want to smoke alone.
Why? You always smoke
I
alone.
know. I'm just trying to like. I'm just being a bully, man.
Yeah. Smoke this motherfucker.
Yeah. No, you don't
You
have
have a
to.
vagina?
I'm
What's wrong with you?
not. I'm not one of those smokers that's like, oh, you gotta smoke, dude. No.
You used to kind of be though, no?
You think so?
I think so. Like back in the high school days, like
Peer pressure.
you would
Peer
tell me like
pressure,
hit it up, hit it
Yeah.
up. Like you would always tell me like,
Chigale,
Yeah,
chigale.
I think, and you know, I was like that because that's when like we were.
but I would get mad because I would be like, well, drink it up, bro. Like you know what I mean? Like you drink it up. I wouldn't get mad, but I'd be like, bro, I'm drunk as shit. Like
Yeah.
you're just stoned as shit. You know what I mean? Like,
And again, before that, when I used to live in Austin, I went to a.
but that was like a long, like
Yeah.
early,
Yeah.
and then you
Yeah.
and then you stopped doing.
And
it.
this is why. Good reason
I
too.
remember one time you were like, there was the bong. We were like chilling at your apartment where you used to live over there in Westville.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, we're all fucked up. And you had this big clear bong, and you and Josh were smoking hardcore. And I took a hit, and then I was like, I'm good. And then we're like watching like Charlie Chaplin silent films and just tripping out. And then you were like, Josh wanted to go take another hit, and I guess there was like still smoking the bong or whatever. And then you're like, go hit it up. I was like, no man, bro, like fuck though, like I'm fucking done, dude. Like
Yeah.
I just sat there, and then I waited till like the weed went down a little bit, and then I started drinking again.
See, I tried doing that once. So when I used to live in Austin, I went to my friend Russell's house. He was having a party, and they had a couple kegs there, and I was drinking, getting pretty buzzed, you know. And then he's like, "Hey man, come to my room." And there was a bunch of people in there in the room, you know, and they lit up like fucking 4 or 5 blunts. And we're passing them in a fucking circle. So literally, I always had one in my fucking hand at all fucking times, almost.
Dang.
Like I was baked. Like, and I went out and started hitting me, and I was leaning up against the wall in his living room, just standing there, minding my own business, you know. Like, I'm like, you know what? And I was feeling it like hitting me hardcore, and I was like, I need to go outside, smoke a cigarette, or something, you know, just
Yeah.
some fresh air, you know. I took one step away from the wall, and then it just fucking fell over.
Shit.
My friend was like, this is not happening. This is not happening. He fucking gets me up, he takes my car keys, and just takes me out to my car, and lays me down in the driver's seat. He's like, sleep this shit off, man. Like, it was like, it
Well,
was,
see, that's why I don't like. It's like stoners.
It was like three-
who smoke all the time. You know, their tolerance has.
yes.
This was like, all right, well, like you know what? Drink all this fucking beer, motherfucker.
No, but that's I being not a smoker to be in that fucking clam baked room with just a bunch of fucking blunts
Yeah.
in, like you don't want to look like a little bitch, you know. So in front of all these girls and shit, so you're like, fucking
Yeah.
taking fucking drag after
I
drag after the
I
fucking
would have
toe.
done the Bill Clinton,
He took me out to the fucking car, laid me down in the driver's seat, took my keys away from me, and about like 2.5 hours later, I fucking woke up and they had snapped out of it. You know, I went inside and the party still going on. I'm like, I'm going home. Give me my keys. You're fine, man. I'm fine. So he gave me my keys and I drove home. But I was like, he's like, why the fuck did you fall, man? I'm like, dude, you know I'm not a smoker, man. Like, you invited me into this room. There's like a cloud of fucking smoke going on. Like, And I'm hitting a blunt every fucking 5 seconds. You know.
It smells like cat shit. And with that, we're gonna take a break.
Yeah.
Take a little break.
We'll take a little break. We'll be back to wrap up the podcast in a little bit.
Record a little bit.